Hey, this is Didi Sanchez from Scrappy Gamer DDS, and I'm doing my video face forward today. Um, just as an homage to my friend Lloyd, who, as I was telling him I was doing YouTube videos, he was like, "Really? Let me see one." And I showed him a tutorial of my easel card, and he actually sat there and watched the whole thing, which you gotta love him. But he yelled at me, he goes, "Where are you? You should be on the video." So this is for you. It's a quick share. And we know, we all go and we case the web and we're looking for cute ideas and things that we can jump off on. And I was really intrigued by this thing called the One Sheet Wonder. And so I decided to create my own background on a One Sheet Wonder, cut it up, and create at least 6 cards. And the reason why I say at least 6 cards is because I used a 6x6 sheet of paper. So I didn't use any heavy duty stash. I went straight to, my Michaels Crafts cardstock. I used, like I said, a 6x6 and a 4x6 in this blue color. I thought that it went well to have a tone on tone for the Island Indigo. And so this is the color that's the basis. And then the accents are going to be black and white. And so I used some scrap white because I did need to cut some flowers out to add some embellishment. So my background was made using the Petite Petals, this one in particular. I used the Island Indigo and I stamped on, stamped off, and created a background, very simple. And the sentiments that I used were the 3 from the 6-sided sampler. I wanted something petite, not in your face, and very simple that could be used for any occasion. The thanks so much, I used 2 of them. That's more specific, but it's okay. I also used the coordinating punch, I think, in a clever way. Maybe I'm not an originator, but I thought it was funny. So anyway, I'm going to come up, I kind of did the cutting of the One Sheet Wonder just as I went. And as I saw a shape that I liked, I said, oh, this will be 1 card, and this will be another card. Am I going to make a template? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I am trying to get some classes going in my local Glenda area. And One Sheet Wonders may be something that would be intriguing to people as well, like it intrigued me. So my first card is this guy here. And this is a 4x2 size. It's the biggest card I think that I had. I actually had 2 of these. And so the first one I just laid on a black. So the black was matted to fit the blue background. So this is the blue background that I made on the 6x6. A simple little sentiment and a cluster of 3. This one opens up this way. So this is my first little card. I had another one of these 4x2s and I decided to cut it down to 2 strips. And I had these rectangles. Well, they're not rectangles now, but they were originally rectangles. And I didn't quite like the squareness of it all. I mean, I like linear. It is something that if you look at something I designed, you can tell it was me. But I wanted the banners with the fishtails. So this is why I thought I was being clever, because I took the hexagon punch and I just, as you can see, they match, right? And I cut off the ends because I'm not big on fussy cutting. I will do it if I have to, if it really is warranted. But for this, it kind of irks me that if it's not centered and one piece is longer than the other. So I used that and it made them nice and balanced and symmetrical. And again, the clusters in the center. And so this is my top fold. So this was number 2. When that was cut, I wound up with a piece of 2 inches by 2 inches. And this is where this card came from. It almost looks like a present with the black strips and the thing in the center, and then again my cluster and my little sentiment down in the corner. And so this one opens the side way. I didn't use any dimensionals. Everything is very flat. I used basically, like a sticky strip or a snail adhesive and maybe some glue dots. Well, not maybe, I did use some glue dots on the flowers. And then again, I had another 2 inch by 3 inch. And this one I matted, and then when I was cutting all the black for the background, I came across this little rectangle, and I said, you know what, that would make a nice little portrait of the flowers to kind of engage them in the center. So this is where this layout came, and we always have to have something interesting, and I always like these cards that open up the sideways. They're not usual. The way that we always open up our cards, are either you know, the basic boom to the side or a top fold like this. So I like to change it up. So this guy opens up on the long, but this way. Which brings me to my fifth card, which is back to the old standard. Now the triangles. Again, I had a 2" by 3" I believe. And so I was like, what kind of a shape can I do here? And I decided to cut it on the diagonal, and I came up with 2 triangles. So since we've had a lot of rectangles, you have to kind of figure out where am I going to put the diagonal, or how am I going to piece it out. So again, like I said, it's my first attempt, but I decided to throw a diagonal in the corner here, and then I have my little cluster of 3. Every single one has a cluster of 3, as you've noticed. And it looked a little blah, looked a little weird in the corner, and so I added this row of bling, these little, you know, string of rhinestones. And so it added a little zip to it. It opens this way, regular standard. Kind of makes me want to put the little blings on all of these guys in the centers over here. Now that I'm looking at them, maybe I will before this goes out as a gift to someone. So that's going to be that. And so now what can I do with the triangle but to turn it and put another placement? So that's where I came up with my final card, which is this guy. So the triangle's on the bottom, flush to the bottom. I didn't want to add the row of diamonds, so I said I had my 3 flowers, and I felt that it was still too much white space. I don't know if I'm afraid of white space or it just looked a little weird. So I decided to add some more flowers. Then they looked like floaty. So I just decided to add some freehand drawn leaves on here. It's cute, it's, you know, it's different. It really does have the handmade touch. Thanks so much. And this one opens up with that top fold but on the portrait, the long side. So I was able to take one sheet, 6 by 6, one sheet of black, 3 white card bases, and a couple of scraps, and create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 very simple, very basic, I think very lovely cards. And so I hope you've enjoyed this little share of mine. And if you guys have an awesome one sheet wonder template, I would love to know about it. Leave me a comment, point me in the right direction. I know we all share and share alike, and it's a real big belief of Stampin' Up! And Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, which we call casing, copy and share everything, and I think YouTube is fabulous for that. So please share. It's a wonderful thing. And remember that if you're going to craft, it's not a spectator sport. We got to get our hands dirty. So thank you for watching, and let me know what you think. Bye.